Hello, welcome to the live stream. Turn this down a little. Yeah. There we go. I might keep the music on, I might keep it off, I don't know. Whatever my vibe is right now to kind of keep everything going. Welcome to the drawing stream. We're back to doing more of this. We're gonna maybe do this part a little bit. I didn't outline it. Maybe I might have to, maybe not. I don't know. I might do it after, because I normally do that kind of with it. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we'll do. I kind of did it, but I'm kind of jumping around with different things I want to do. Was able to kind of get some videos done, which wasn't bad. And there we go. But yeah, we'll do this. There's this panel I'm worried about because it requires like a weird like shading kind of thing, but I should be able to just draw it normally. But again, you know, we'll see how that turns out. So, ugh. You know what? Maybe I should just go and finish. I could just go over here starting off because I'm kind of whatever about this. So I hit points where I'm like, oh, whatever, but I need to go in somewhat of an order. Pencil that out. I could start working on the cover too. I just, see, this is what I'm doing. I gotta just focus and just roll into the one that I want to do. That's all I gotta do. All right. Look at that, we got an exclusive company ad. Sorry, he's getting distracted. Must be on them, yeah. There we go. Put on some WCW. Oh, excuse me. We're kind of slowly working our way up on this right here. I'm kind of trying to make the front end of the car, and then it's gonna kind of blur kind of around it. It's like you kind of can only really make it work when you actually do it, you know. So we shall see. I think I'm gonna start on this side and then I'll work my way over. Or maybe I should start on this side because they'll be more perpendicular, and then I can start angling them with that, maybe. I don't know. Oh, hello there. Sorry, I didn't even notice. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I had the music on purpose. I'm sorry. How's it going, Chemical? I'm sorry. Oh my god, I was locked in on the trying to figure out this scene. Here, I'll put the wrestling on.
You know the way I feel about you. I'll never, ever, ever forget what you did to me.
Hello.
I want you so bad I can
Or
taste it.
Mason, excuse me, sorry. I thought you were, I guess it was because their text was that yesterday, but welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, with New Japan leading WCW,
We're watching some WCW.
World Cup of Wrestling into match number 4. New Japan leading 2-1.
Yeah, we're just, trying to finish this. You know, when I was drawing this, I realized I forgot to scan this pencil page, so I guess it's just gonna be lost in time forever, but I'll have to do the other pages penciled.
Tony's back on all his fans tonight. You think that was a little foreshadowing there?
I'm telling you that. I mean, he's got an opportunity, but bottom line, I don't.
But how you doing, Chief?
Heenan dropped his headset on that one.
I'm telling you. Let me go back to Sting real quick. He's focused, and he's ready to go no matter what the consequences are going to be. And I guarantee you, don't question the man's integrity. But right now, pride and heart comes into play.
Sting really has his work cut out for him as he will wrestle against Sasaki later on and then turn around and wrestle in the triangle match. They'll basically tonight, the way they're scheduled, be back-to-back.
What's that, Kathy Rigby? Where do you get an outfit like that?
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't begin to.
Is that like petite? Would that be a petite?
But you know, Kimberly.
Fucking Dusty.
I mean,
Dusty Rhodes, bless his soul, but when he commentates, he's just always like, and they're gonna be in a big tournament, they're gonna go wild, they're gonna kick each other, it's gonna be a bump, and it's gonna be a wild situation, I tell you what.
Fun, Brain. And I'll tell you what.
You see?
We heard earlier, right or wrong, I was there when the announcement made say, I'm gonna manage your career, Johnny Bad, from here on out.
how about that?
Shoot it off, mama.
Right down the Bemis.
Right down the way.
Never mind.
Heck yeah.
Kimberly.
Playing games in class. That actually is fun. I remember we'd have like board games and it would be a mix between like I play chess sometimes with people and I'd always lose because I'm bad at it.
Yes, we
You
are.
shouldn't do that because you're going to make that man mad.
But man, there was another game.
Well, this is the
There was like apples to apples and that. Sometimes I'd be able to bring in like my game system and then I'd be able to play it with other people.
Over here. Because he's getting ready to meet his
That was like in Xbox 360 days though.
Tacha is the name of his game.
Masa Saito, a tremendous amateur background, wrestled for Japan in the Olympics before making the move into the pros.
You know, I used to manage this man years ago, Tony, in the old AWA.
You did.
And I'll tell you something about this man right here. He's a consummate athlete.
Honestly, there has to be a raw dog emoji for the live stream if I'm gonna be completely honest.
Win and hurt people. Very dangerous man.
Mr. Saito, or Mr. Torture.
You know, Tony, when you take a look at great football teams and you say this is going to be a defensive struggle, or you're going to see them just pound the ball down the middle, you will not see Mr. Saito go up and do a double back somersault flip off the top. Uh-oh. Already trouble.
She should be home, cooking, doing dishes. That's what's wrong with this country.
Something
Women
about the
like her.
outfit.
American geisha girl. She should not be here. American.
Slap him.
Listen here a minute, Hop Sing.
Hop sing from Bonanza right here in
And you got school again. Yeah, you got at least you got 2 weeks off. You got any plans for those 2 weeks?
Girl,
Gonna do anything cool?
and if this sport is just for men,
Gonna go,
there's one
I don't know,
thing I wanna know.
ride a dirt bike over a ramp or something? No, that's something.
Go on with it.
That's something we probably would do. Yeah, you guys probably would do that. You guys probably would do like a backflip or something.
We do.
No plans.
You know, I'm
Yeah, that can be a good thing.
Lady was in the ring with what he said was a man's sport. And so much for that. Tell you what, Kimberly has done quite a turnaround here, hasn't she?
Yeah, she seemed to be a little more volatile. You know what I mean?
What was that again?
Volatile. She
Volatile.
always looked good.
Yes,
She's
she did.
shooting off her mouth now more than ever.
Yeah, okay,
I'll
thank
help
you.
you out here, Tony.
Thank you. All right, and now back to serious business, because when you look in Mr. Torture's eyes, you look in the eyes of a man who's been there and done that. He's been all around. As a matter of fact, probably of all the wrestlers here,
I remember
with, New Japan Pro Wrestling, the one that wrestling
a
fans
lot,
in the United States most familiar with.
like during that summer, because it's summer right now, especially for a lot of students. That's why I noticed there's a lot more kids at the store. So I'm like, oh, okay, you know, whatever. They're trying to get the Invincible comics, which I'm not sure if you're aware of that series, but it is hyper popular. It's like such a popular thing. Everybody going to the comic book stores are getting them. There's actually a really good comic out right now. It's like an expanded universe of it.
Johnny B. Bad could even it up, or could really put WCW in a hole if he loses to Mr. Saito. You got to be very cautious against Saito. Look at the face. That's determination.
He didn't get no sleep last night.
I guess he didn't.
Wow. I'll tell you something else about him. He will wear you, like I said, Brain, he will wear you down, and you know, you did manage him, and I remember that. And the bottom line, he hadn't changed that much, except he's gotten meaner maybe, and unreal, but he will take you down and keep you down.
The one stroke. Yeah, you know, I've only seen like clips, and I've read the first few issues, because we have like the full books at the store, so I can I just grab them sometimes, and I sort of page through it. The art in the beginning ain't too bad, but later in the series, the art gets really good. Like, it's like so unique, and it shouldn't look the way it does, but it's just absolutely great. You know, there's like a lot of decent stuff. There's a lot of like questionable things, but also there's a lot of like, you know, decent storytelling. But if we're looking at questionable things, there's, you know, there's The Boys, which that also has books. Never knew they had books. Yeah, that's what they're based on. The comic books are actually like completely different. It's like Walking Dead, which was also made by the same guy, and also started off as a comic book series. It's kind of weird. A lot of these series were comic book series like almost over 10-15 years ago, and now all of a sudden they're making them into shows, and you know, they're doing pretty decent. The Boys isn't by Kirkman, but the other series are. There's this current series coming that's out right now.
That's a bad situation.
Yeah, you can tell he's a friend of Bobby Heenan's.
He's a very good friend of mine.
This one. It's called Void Rivals. It's like the newest Kirkman series. It's by the guy who made Invincible. And yeah, it's a tie-in with like Transformers and G.I. Joe and its own universe. So it's like this whole thing.
Yes.
Well, sorry, Jim.
You know who I mean.
Yes, we do. Go ahead.
He's got me totally confused.
I'm gonna be honest. I've been reading the Sonic DC crossover, which that has been pretty decent. It's been making me laugh. That's all I can say. And it's also pretty decent. Again, you know, these crossover series can only give so much, but I am really hyped, and I think a lot of people are also pretty hyped about how the story's been going. So that's just me, but. You watch me more than. Well, congratulations. When you know, there was I think you were here for it, but last night when Siegel came in, that was like a person who's been watching me from like a long time ago, like when I started back in like 2016, and I jump every so often. Oh, you've never seen a comic before? Oh my goodness. No, well, you're in for a treat. So, no, I don't want to get too off Keister, but they basically have like multiple different series out there. There's like thousands of them. Think about like Japanese manga, if that makes sense, because that's more familiar. I got one like right here. You got like manga. It's like a Japanese comic, and this one's actually, some people love it, some people hate it, but I love it. It's got like badass car scenes and just like really drama crazy shit. But yeah, this one's an omnibus, so it contains like I think 2 volumes or 3 volumes. Oh yeah, 2 volumes of the series. I gotta get the other one, but yeah, this is like a Japanese version of it. But then there's like here, I got one. Here's a Spider-Man comic. It's got like a Web of Spider-Man. I haven't even read this. There's so many superhero comics I've never even read before. But I actually have a mass collection of Sonic the Hedgehog comic books. Like, I have like nearly every single one. Both IDW and Archie. And I love both of them. Archie one is kind of bizarre, but it's all crazy. Spooder Man, yeah. I got a couple here. I got one. Oh, actually, there's another cooler cover. So check out that one. That's a pretty cool. I got some of these because I needed to make a decent cover, and I was trying to figure out what makes a good cover. This one's a cool one too. Got like Dr. Doom on the cover, which is also pretty sick. You know, you can't really beat that. It's just interesting to see how people make these covers. This one's got a shiny cover, so it might be hard to see on the camera. But yeah, that's kind of cool.
Well, WCW needed this win. They needed to tie it.
But yeah, that's just kind of a little trick, a little treat of them, you know.
That's not all they want. They still have to win 2 more. And the Japanese have that much confidence. I think they can do it. I think they can do it.
Only Dusty would show up in a suit, 3-piece suit, wearing jeans and cowboy boots. Like, what is wrong?
Incredible fans, as you know, in the month of December, in the holiday time, we're all of us in a
I'm racist.
including you, Brain, I know. But in the month of February, there is one big event. The champions from all over the world come out for one reason: the WCW World Heavyweight Title at Super Brawl. And this year's
Super Brawl. You know, it was the WCW stuff. That one was more southern, I believe.
Hulk Hogan, like Ric Flair, like Sting, the Macho Man.
Super Brawl.
96, Sunday, February the 11th, and live exclusively and only on pay-per-view. I do understand we're going to be in Florida as well as we go to Mean Gene Okerlund with this interview with a winner earlier in our event. Gene?
You don't beat all.
Thank you very much, Tony Schiavone. With me, of course, the total package. Lex Luger still to come. The triangle match. Jimmy Hart. Before we talk about that, let's talk about what's going on here. We've got a little 2-2 situation with WCW against New Japan Pro Wrestling. You seem to be happy. What's the deal with Kevin Sullivan?
Well, you know, I guess you're talking about what happened when Chris Benoit was out there and Kevin kind of interfered in the match and cost him to lose. I guess it cost America to lose. Let me tell you something. Kevin Sullivan's got a short fuse.
Hey, how do you know that?
What do you mean, how do I know that? Let me tell you something, Mean Gene. 10,000 comedians out of the world, and you're trying to be one. He's got a
Jimmy Hart? It is Jimmy Hart.
Let me tell you something, Four Horsemen. You're going to be in a lot of trouble, baby.
All right, Lex Luger, let's talk about
Yeah, that was a memorable moment. I'm not gonna lie. Like, as bad as it was, we all had a laugh. Like, it was so jarring. And that's like mid 80s wrestling. For you, that's like 50 years ago. I still remember a time when the 80s was like only 30 years ago.
What they do, we're after one prize, and that's the WCW World Heavyweight Title that the Macho Man is wearing around his waist. And everybody in World Championship Wrestling,
Everybody out there knows that I own you, Macho Man. You are a pathetic one-armed champion. I've said it before. I'm telling you right now, I am coming right at you because I've had you in the rack, Macho Man.
Coming? Oh no.
I've had your arm. I would have
Come
torn
on.
it right out of the socket if it wasn't for my good friend Sting. And now, Macho Man, every time I face you, I beat you. That's on your mind. But first things first, the triangle match, Jimmy, I gotta go this one alone, baby. You know, 10 years of friendship with Sting and I. It's me walking that aisle, just this one time, by myself.
What do you mean all alone? Are you saying Jimmy Hart's not going to be in your corner?
Just this one time, Jimmy.
Listen,
it's cool. We've
We've talked this over, Mean Gene, but just remember one thing, Lex. I'm here for a long time, not a good time, baby. And Jimmy Hart's always managed champions because that's what.
That's a good line. I'm here for a long time, not a good time.
That's all I'm asking.
Got a list of cliches here in my pocket, Jimmy Hart, if you want to use them. Yes, Lex.
We're cool, Jimmy. You know that. I know that. That's what's important. I don't care about anybody else out there. This one time that I walked that aisle alone because I had some unfinished business with Nature Boy and Sting, best friends.
Dude, just one day you're gonna like wake up in bed and your like legs are gonna be like hanging like downward off the bed and your arms are gonna be touching the floor. And you're gonna try like running out the door, but you're gonna like hit your head on the ceiling.
Well, some interesting comments from Lex Luger. The total package will be going to the ring in the triangle match by himself. How about that? As we now have
That's like gonna that's like a Got Milk ad, honestly. It just like milk builds strong bones and grows. It'd be so stupid.
Here's a man who I understand represents the new generation of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Otani, 24 years of age, has only been wrestling for 3 years, but the former high school amateur champion has made quite a reputation for himself in the wrestling wars in Japan.
And I'll tell you what, he's got a great opportunity here because he has matched with what I think is pound for pound the greatest wrestler in the world in Eddie Guerrero.
Well, look at the cauliflower ears on Otani.
Yeah, 24.
Well, he didn't get those being a paper boy. He got those on the mat. He got those in the gym. He got those training. This man is here for business. Mr. Guerrero, good luck. You'll be paying your phone bill at Taco Bell.
Your legs are so big.
And the new generation of WCW personified in Eddie Guerrero, the youngster.
Like as in like swole. Like you can like kick a door in half.
Tremendous.
It's one of Clampett's kids.
Now, second generation.
So you got big legs, big shoes. You mean like tall or
And not a stranger at all.
or you could like kick a rhino in half or something?
He is feuded with Otani.
But bottom line, Tony, where the big boys play is where Eddie Guerrero and where Otani and where this thing is transpiring here on
Just
Star
imagining
Wars,
like a like
a very pivotal
you just have like
situation
massive
where
feet
we're
and large legs and you just have like a tiny torso.
when you go up 3-2, Tone, you know what I'm talking
I
about?
got fat leg. Oh, okay.
When you go up to 3-2, then you're kind of in the driver's seat.
So here we go in the pivotal match. As a dream, did I say that right? Jimmy?
Yes, pivotal.
Pivotal.
Yes, it's a roadism.
And Otani, interesting story about Otani, the youngster who was a high school amateur champion, would come to the professional matches for New Japan Pro Wrestling dressed up as Jushin Thunder Liger to try to get noticed by the promoters, and he did.
Yeah.
And now he's turned into quite a career.
And now he's in the spotlight.
That's right.
Because this is the biggest spotlight of them all right here where the big boys play. And Otani, that word Otani, say that a few times.
Otani.
Yeah, because I remember last night I was trying to talk to you in that production meeting about him when we were in the, afterwards in the lounge situation there, you know, and you were calling. Every time I say Otani, you'd order another one. I wasn't ordering hot toddies. Hot toddies, I was ordering, you know what I'm talking about?
Gosh, I don't know who's worse sometime, you or Brain.
Hey, don't put me in that category. You guys go down on Printer's Skid Row or do something, whatever you do, and then you blame me for it.
Hair takedown that time. And that's blatant right in front of the referee, Randy Eller.
Blocked him.
Well, you're going to see some great, great wrestling here. Eddie Guerrero can do it, and Otani is, I would say, a little better.
Oh, you would?
I'm not being prejudiced.
No, of course you're not.
Partial, but I mean, I think the guy's just a little better.
Still to come, as you heard, we have the triangle match. The winner to face the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Savage, of course, wrestling later on as well against Tenzan.
And you also have Sting coming up.
Against Kensuke Sasaki. The winner of this match, though, will give his organization a 3-2 advantage.
He give him the up. They get him the up. Like I said, 3-2 makes the whole situation, the game plan different. And I guarantee you back there in the back, Sting and Savage, somebody got to be talking about this situation. There's got to be some game plan going into these final confrontations, if you will, for the World Cup.
World Championship Wrestling would like to say a special hello to the Diamond Ridge Racing Team.
All right.
Of course, next year, the Busch Grand National Series. In 1996, the car will be sponsored by WCW and driven by Steve.
Okay, you know what's one thing I gotta tell you about? I was just thinking about this with the wrestling. There's an actual wrestling show that takes place at a motorcycle convention, and it's called Hog Wild. Like, there's just people on motorcycles surrounding a wrestling ring, watching Hulk Hogan ride in on a motorcycle. And everyone just rolled their motorcycles up to the ring.
Right here, you know, the situation now Tani has is try to maneuver Eddie Guerrero into a ground wall. You know what I mean? I want to keep him on the ground and keep him from using some of his high tactics. I'm sure that both of them, Tani knows how to do that also. But I think keeping the man down, Eddie Guerrero's doing a nice job right now to weigh him down, get him in a position to put him away.
Well, he's letting Otani know that he can wrestle. He wants him to know.
That is just what I said.
Over the top.
I'm telling you why he did it. Do you mind?
Otani with a great maneuver, sending Guerrero back to the mat again. Missed the big clothesline. Guerrero, such quickness.
Tony, send him out for some hay.
Eddie Guerrero in the ropes. They go up and hit scissor takeover by Eddie Guerrero.
Just when you think you got Guerrero, he usually has you.
That's exactly right, and that's one of the reasons he's one of the greats.
There's concern on the face of Sonny Bono right now. And I tell you why, because he came in here really riding a high horse when he came in, a rickshaw, if you will. Fine athletes. We have seen the greatest athletes come over from New Japan to face WCW where the big boys play. And we're seeing some great matches right here. But the man that controls them, Sonny Bono, if you will, is in a situation. Look at his eyes. A little study in maybe, you know, he's got his equilibrium all off.
I understood that too.
I don't doubt you didn't.
A drop kick. What a pick up, Eddie Guerrero. Here comes Eddie over the top using the ropes. A somersault maneuver using the ropes as a springboard.
What acceleration this Guerrero gets out of every move he does. He comes over that top rope, holds that top rope, slingshots himself. But he just doesn't come over and glide. He shoots himself over.
Oh boy, and into a Boston Crab. Almost kind of a half crab because it's not all the way over. And there he is.
Yeah, he's got a hook in. He needs to set back a little bit more.
That's right.
In the middle of it.
Yep.
He needs to set back a little bit more in the middle of his back and get that weight down and pull it up and strain here.
Yep, exactly.
Sitting down on the crab and holding on to one leg now to the half crab. Referee Randy Eller checks
7'6".
Tani very close to the ropes now.
Dude, you'd be able to like jump over anybody.
Crawling, pushing. Is he there? Nope, not there.
I'd hate to get in and out of cars though.
Keep an eye. Yeah, he's there now. The referee got to break this thing. But it took its toll. This hole right here will take its toll on you. And Eddie Guerrero knows how to put him away when he's got him in a situation to take a win.
Boy, what a year it was in 1995 for World Championship Wrestling. We will recap that year this weekend on WCW Saturday. Oh, my goodness. One.
He folded him up like an envelope.
Got a 2 count. And it was a great year because of new athletes, the new breed, so to speak, in WCW, like Eddie Guerrero, like Chris Benoit.
The Giant.
The Giant. Sergeant Craig Pitbull Pittman came into WCW this year.
Me and you on WCW Saturday night.
How about that?
How about that?
And of course, we began 1996 live. Got him. Omni Nitro in Atlanta. The brain.
Frickin' Chris Benoit.
Eddie over to roll him up 1, 2.
I am the car. You just like grow wheels and drive away.
January 1st, the start of the year, the Olympic City, the year of the Olympics. First.
If you're a big car, then you'd have a V8 engine in you. That'd be cool. Be like a truck.
And Guerrero now goes about the people at home that have been watching and hearing me say about putting somebody away now goes to the task of putting him away, because when he drives him on his head, it rings his belly.
Rings his belly.
It's bell in his head. It's bell.
Oh boy. Up on top.
It's like doing a pay-per-view with Cluzo.
Good move by Otani. Oh my goodness. The spring. He got over the ropes that time.
Watch
and
this.
Otani. Look at the springboard. Oh, incredible. Absolutely
Oh, incredible.
The agility. And you're right.
I am a transformer.
They hit not on the mat, they hit on the
That would be pretty cool. That'd be convenient.
actually the particle board that's above the ice with the Nashville Knights.
Would you be a Decepticon or an Autobot?
Situation here, he needs to roll him and get him back
It's such a
in the
lame
ring.
question.
As you said, there's no
But I had to
give up in
ask.
Eddie Guerrero and injuries. He fights through them, and let's see how he fights through this thing right here.
Otani with the command now, and you can see it in the way he moves. He's very confident in what's going on here in the ring. Otani with a big drop kick. Oh, what a great vertical leap he has. Leg spring. That may be one of the strong suits of this young man.
Cover him.
You stop, Brain. Stop cheering and start calling the match.
No,
here.
he's right in that situation. What he's saying, I mean, that we've seen this happen 3 occasions now of not being able to go ahead and go in for the kill, go in for the win, if you will.
Let's give the people a different insight on wrestling right now.
Right.
Dusty, let's say you're Guerrero.
Yes.
What are you thinking right now?
I'm thinking I lost a lot of weight, brother.
I'm glad I asked. Okay, let's change it around. Let's say you're Otani. Now what are you thinking?
Yeah, well, if I'm Otani, instead of stomping him right here, I would give him another maneuver that would really jack his jaw somehow and cover him, hook the leg, and go on back to the dressing room because we'd be up 3-2. That's what I would do. You know,
See, I'd take advantage on Guerrero's shoulder. He's hurt that shoulder.
You would pull out a pair of brass knucks or a bottle of soda pop and hit me in the head with it because
Sorry, I'm just laughing at what fucking Bobby the Brain and Dusty Rhodes are saying.
Thank you.
See, now that is a lawsuit if I've ever heard one.
What time do you have to have him back?
If we go any further on that,
Third string to a mutt. Come on.
they're gonna have to probably call the Twitch police.
Guerrero's trying to fight out of it.
He sure is.
He should go behind him there. Switch your weight around, get behind the man there. Like that. Good job. Wow. I know what I'm doing.
A side salto that time, and Eddie Guerrero trying to regain his composure to make a lateral press, and he does. 1, 2, and Otani gets out of it. Wasted too much time getting on top of him.
You know what, Tony? You know, we talk about what a great match this is. You know, when we talk about WCW and we take a look at this television family, one thing. Oh, got him right here. I'm gonna finish this.
German suplex to it.
Would you stop it with that German suplex?
Just suplex, Tony.
Hey,
That's what it is.
listen, what I was saying there, when we take a look at WCW,
Fucking Tony Schiavone.
But what starts off our mornings on TBS,
You're funny. You got the hee hee ha ha. Are you funny like that kid at that wrestling show? Are you that kind of funny?
and the bottom line is,
Like the funny that gets you, that makes you have to make an apology video on your YouTube page?
right or wrong situation between these two guys right here. And I know at home they're gonna say, man, is he gonna say that again? But the guy that makes a mistake, the bad mistake, will lose this thing.
Eddie Guerrero is up. It could be a mistake from Otani.
Look at the fight in Guerrero. He's coming back.
Eddie Guerrero up top. Oh!
Cover him. Uh-oh.
That brought him to their feet here in downtown Music City, USA. 1, 2.
He got him. No.
Well, he got 2.5. He was the closest you could get without getting a victory.
You know, I'm not so sure. That may have been a slow count. Eddie Guerrero looking at Randy Eller that time.
Who's bringing the goddamn air horn?
Continue to put him out.
But look at Otani. He's shaking it off.
No.
Pick up.
Drive him home, baby.
Video just cuts to black.
Bomb. 1, 2.
Do we have any?
Did not get it.
Do we have any unsolicited racism happening here?
You talk about pride and reaching down and trying to bring it home for the great country of Japan. That's what he's doing right here. World Cup is on his mind.
Now Guerrero went out there and he's giving it his best. He'd finish off most people by now with that move. Not Otani.
He do a standing switch.
Oh, he's got him in
In a leg submission hold.
He's got him in an umpler.
Otani's got Eddie Guerrero in a submission hold. Has the feet in the
How
front
close
of
is
the
he
back.
to the ropes, though? How close is he to the rope?
That's the question. Randy Eller is right there, right in front of Guerrero is.
That's pulling on his hamstring. He made it.
Wow. Boy, I won't tell you what, that was close. Got to break this thing up. The longer he stay on it. That's right.
Wait, what is that?
Oh, he's got a count of 5. Lee's go to 4.5.
He could get disqualified, and that would put
can't even-
WCW up.
See, this poor gentleman from Japan maybe doesn't speak the English language properly. You got to give him a grace period. Give him a count of 30 or 35.
Yeah, why not? Oh, through the ropes.
I can't even see what they are. They're just two white. They're just two white balls.
Eddie on the outside.
Christ.
Getting his temper, get the best of him here.
That's all right, man. He needs to. As I said before, Tony, roll him in there where that C is, where the W and the other W is. There's a big C in the middle. Put him there and beat him.
What's Guerrero gonna do? Eddie is on the ropes. Eddie springing on the top rope. Another tremendous maneuver in this match.
It took its toll on both of them. Roll him in, Eddie. Pick him up, roll him in, and beat him.
Guerrero right now has the momentum. He feels it. He came off that top rope and he nailed Otani. He knows he's hurt. He knows the man's hurt. He's going in for the kill right now.
Who will take the 3-2 advantage? Will it be WCW?
It's a black pregnant man. See, I can't even see it. I don't know if I have enough points to get it.
Eddie tried to put him on the outside. Otani with a vertical suplex.
Tis be a shame.
Outside in.
This Otani's taking a beating too.
And I'm going to tell you what, though, this young man from Japan, Otani, is so impressive on his will to stay, his will to win, his will to reach down and bring this thing. He just about kicked his head off.
The springboard.
Call Dr. Bayless. He's going to need a neck operation.
My goodness, kicked him in the back of the head.
You see that head whip back and forth?
Wow. Man, he put him down. He busted his old lip, too.
Yes, sir. He's got a busted nose and a busted lip.
Yeah.
Boy, you talking about one-on-one competition. This is where it's at. Starcade, the granddaddy of them all,
Hooked him up.
into a full Nelson. Oh!
Hit him in that busted nose.
Eddie, up on top. Sets him over. Otani rolled him over. 1, 2. Eddie rolled him over the other way. No. 1, 2, 3. Otani got him. Otani beat him.
Who won? Who won that?
Unbelievable. The best. The best.
Yes. I mean, very good.
Incredible matchup.
Wow.
Otani defeats Eddie Guerrero on a series of roll-ups.
Wow.
I mean, say what you want
Oh, I
about
thought it was a
Otani,
bug.
But you know as well as I do, Tony, you got to take your hat off to Otani.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right, Brain. You're absolutely right. Take your head off to both men. Eddie Guerrero personifies WCW with the never-give-up attitude that we have. And now,
He wanted that thing so bad, Tony. I tell you what, both these guys, credit is credit will due. Right here where the big boys play. Classic confrontation was just witnessed by this.
Wait, it's an actual emoji. I can't see it.
Around the world. And take another
I can't.
look
It's
at
just
Bobby
two white
Roode
balls
with
on my
this
screen.
button in on all these slow-mos.
See, I can see those, but I can't see the black pregnant man or woman.
Hits him right in the mush.
Doesn't matter. Anybody can be pregnant. No,
Watch this shot here.
back of
that's
the
not
head.
how it works.
Now watch his head whip. Look at that. Look at that. Oh. What acceleration. What devastation. The way he whipped him from the back. Drop kicked the man right into the back of his head. Otani looks sore. He looks hurt. He looks wounded. But that's your winner right there. Guerrero looks good.
Get
here for a
outta
minute.
here.
He looked good for a few minutes.
And you
a
know
lot
what?
of minutes.
And Brain, what happened here is that there was a series of pins that they went for so quickly right here. And it just happened, Tony, that he got caught in one. I'm talking about Eddie Guerrero.
Well, like you said, and like I said earlier, luck takes a big part in it.
All right, let's now go to Mean Gene Okerlund as New Japan leads 3-2.
3-2, yes.
That's what I was going to say.
Again, gentlemen, I repeat, New Japan 3, WCW 2, Macho Man Randy Savage. It's all going to be up to you. If it gets beyond you, then it's going to be up to Sting here at Starrcade 95 for the World Cup of Wrestling in one of the most extraordinary international events I have ever been part of. Randy Savage, you've got a lot to think about. Tenzan, perhaps now in the international competition, and then after that, the triangle match.
Forget
and a
about
bottle
the
of
triangle match. One thing at a time. The pressure's on me, and then hopefully the pressure's on Sting. To infinity and beyond. 3-2, our backs against the door. You know what? I like being the underdog. I've been the underdog all my life, but that's okay. That's cool. And the Stinger, he's cool too. And you know what? I got to admit something. Lex Luger, he put that guy in the torture rack. You know, it's a team type situation. And then it reverses itself to infinity and beyond. Breaking on through to the other side. I like that. I got chills up and down my spine. I'm wrapped into the moment. This is a moment in time, and I'm going to take advantage of it. Tenzan, you can't understand what I'm saying.
but I'm coming to get you, yeah.
I just got off the telephone just moments ago with the suspended Hulk Hogan.
What did he say?
He wanted to know what frame of mind you were in.
Tell him I'm in the zone. He knows what the zone's all about. That's what makes us different. That's
I always laugh at the idea.
what makes Lex Luger different. And difference, yeah.
Like, okay, so in wrestling, there's a thing where they do like a no disqualification, where they're just like, you cannot, you can do whatever you want, so you can like kick below the belt, you can bust out weapons and whatnot. But like, could you imagine like coming to the ring and like the bell rings and they just pull out a gun and they just shoot the guy? I know that joke's been done, but like imagining just like they just drop in the floor and then they pin them. That's ridiculous.
In New Japan Pro Wrestling, as a matter of fact, many people in Japan feel this is the next big Tenzan.
I'm going to tell you what, Tony, I would really, and Brain, I would really not want to have anybody else in this situation when you're down 3-2 than a man like the Macho Man Randy Savage. If I'm gonna go to the post in a fight, he's the one I want out there with me.
Well, he's not going to give up. You know that. He'll never quit. He'll keep coming at you. I don't know how you're going to pin the man. You're just lucky to survive in a match with Savage. But this man can do it.
Tenzan was a member of the IWGP Tag Team Champions with Masachono, a man we saw earlier. You know what? They've now split their ways as we go to the entrance of the World Champion.
Non-title, though, right?
Are you kidding? This is for the World Cup.
Savage isn't defending his title against Tenzan.
Of course he's not.
Of course he's not.
He's got to
get things clear with you.
defend his title
That's right.
later tonight. The Macho Man, much like Lex Luger and like Sting, in double duty tonight. The only man not in double duty, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, as we've said so many times, could give him an advantage later on in the triangle match. But before the Macho Man has to go face the winner of the triangle match later tonight, he has to defend WCW, because if he loses,
It's all over. Yeah. I'm going to tell you another thing about this situation with the Macho Man Randy Savage is that this younger, if you will, challenger that he has for this thing right here, this matchup here is the most important matchup, not because we're behind 3-2, but of the whole evening, because what an opportunity to step into the limelight of WCW and around the world if you are the man that defeats the Macho Man Randy Savage.
there you see our scoreboard, New Japan 3, WCW 2.
You know, another thing, Dusty, you talk about how important this match is. It's very important, because if this man right here, that man you're looking at there, does any damage to Savage, if he gets to that arm or hurts Savage at all in any way, and Savage cannot defend that title tonight, or he is hurt, this man could be instrumental in somebody becoming the new heavyweight champion of the world.
And I tell you who's sitting in the catbird seat is the Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Yeah, absolutely. The man who in our very first Starrcade, 1983, won the world title for the second time, defeating Harley Race, and that set off the explosion that will be known each and every year as Starrcade.
Here we go.
Premiere of all big-time wrestling events. And now, it's for honor, it's for country, it's for titles. It's all on the line here tonight.
Look at Savage's left arm, though. Heavily taped, heavily wrapped. Now, all kidding aside here, all animosities aside, Dustin, let me ask you a question. 3 times you were heavyweight champion of the world. When you defended the title,
Oh boy, more bots.
how do you prepare for Ric
Best viewers on streamboo.com.
Preparing to defend the most
Remove the space. You think I should start doing that? You think I should just start going to random streamers and just being like, hey, and they were like, for best viewers, you are awesome, and then just leave.
So preparing is all about, but in this thing here, Brain, I'm going to tell you what, and I can say to it just plain as day. When you got to go out early and fight for pride and honor in the World Cup and then go defend the title, you are not, I don't think you're in your good senses, but Macho Man Randy Savage, this is what it's all about.
How focused can you stay? When you're heavyweight champion of the world, you know you don't have to go out there and beat your opponent. He's got to beat you. So how do you stay focused?
You got to beat this guy.
Yeah, you got to start here. You can't think about later. You know, you can't sit here and think about, well, what am I going to do with Ric Flair and Sting and all these guys, whoever it might be, or the total package Lex Luger. You got to get by this guy, or the rest of the night is kind of on a downer for you.
That's
you know what I mean?
Well, you know Savage right now. He's thinking about this man right there, but he don't know who he's going to be. He don't know if it's going to be Flair, Sting, or Luger. He's got a heavy plate the rest of the evening.
Bobby. I just said that. He
what?
can't be thinking about them right now. He needs to be thinking about this young man in here with him right here.
That's what
Forget
you just
about
said.
that. Well,
Tenzan with a blow between the shoulder blades. Would you two settle down, please?
And right now, Tenzan is really taking his own way, having his way with him, if you will.
A cover. Tenzan, a kind of a free spirit as well.
And look at the... Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Look at the left ear on him. Tenzan, look at what that man's been through.
There it is.
You don't get that listening to headsets, listen to a Walkman, you know.
I don't think you do. Get that from getting your head pushed around the mat.
To Norvell Feltz or something.
Hey, yeah, the legendary Larry Zbyszko that's on the pro show with us in the morning. Saturday morning. And I'm going to tell you what, he calls that the badge of courage. Every time you see a fella fly here, he calls that the badge of courage. You don't go out to no golf tournament and see Jack Nicklaus in one either.
No, there's a headbutt from Tenzan.
But his caddy has too.
Hey, would you stop it? Tenzan now. The free spirit I was talking about, you know, he and Masachono, IWGP Tag Team Champions, former Tag Team Champions. And then in a tag match, Tenzan pinned the IWGP Champion, the Great Muta.
He's trying to seize the opportunity.
Yeah.
Come on, Macho Man.
Head first.
Nothing. Doesn't bother this man.
And we do understand after he pinned Muta, that gave him the big head, the big ego, and they now have split. They're no longer a tag team. So the free spirit that he is, the big ego that he's got, well, you can see it coming out right here, can't you?
Look at Savage's arm. Look how heavily that thing is taped.
Yeah, but he's here for battle. He showed up for war, brother. He knew there was a game being played, and he was the captain, and he was here.
No, he's been like that his whole career. He's too dumb to quit.
I don't know if dumb is the right word.
Yeah, I don't think it is either. I don't think stupid is
Ignorant?
Ignorant isn't either.
No, you know better than that. Between the shoulder blades.
Tenacious.
I tell you, this is you're looking at a maul right here. Whoa. He is mauling the Macho Man.
Sure he is.
Who absorbed those blows, comes back, grabs the nose. Whoa! Whoa, my goodness.
That caught him flush.
And don't you think if he gets a win over Savage, that's going to be very impressive back in Japan and right here at WCW?
Impressive, they'll take the cup home.
Yeah, ticker tape parade to be going around. This thing will be over here.
That's right.
Right here.
And
right
beating the
now.
world's champion to win the World's Cup, I mean, wow. It's like winning the World Series over in Tokyo.
Let's take a look at it for what
You guys will give up now. WCW is mine. Pretty soon, he's over.
he thinks the Macho Man should give up right now, but I'm not so sure.
What?
So many people have said the Macho Man needs to give up, and he comes back and he wins. What about World War III, our last pay-per-view? He didn't give up. He became the World Heavyweight Champion.
Well, there is total dominance going on right now, though. I'll guarantee you one thing. It is taking its toll on the Macho Man Randy Savage. Concentration now really needs, as you said, Tony, earlier, there's no give up in him, but he has not mounted any offense in this confrontation.
And let's also make mention of the fact, something we haven't talked about much, and that is the Macho Man still has a heavily taped arm, courtesy of the Total Package Lex Luger.
And don't forget, he got choke slammed on the floor a couple weeks ago by the Giant. His insides and his spine and that back is still hurting.
Let me give you some other insight that people around the country wonder what goes on behind the scenes. I guarantee you, private dressing rooms are set up in every arena. And Luger's dressing room, this is the first time that I have seen so many monitors in dressing rooms because they are watching, brother, to find out what it is.
And we're bringing you this telecast, of course, in English. Our Spanish team, as well, is out and about, bringing our Spanish fans this telecast as well. Miguel Alonso and Pedro Morales are here with us.
One of the all-time greats, champions of all times, my good friend, Pedro Morales. And right here, this could be over. World Cup time for Japanese.
It looks like it's over.
1, 2, didn't get him.
Savage just keeps on coming, don't he?
Yeah, I'll tell you, you talk about that. Not a lull, but the atmosphere in this building right now is a really wait-and-see situation, boy, because they thought Savage was going to come out and just tear this kid's butt up.
Tried the moonsault. That's one of his primary moves. Whoa! And he got clothesline from behind for his efforts. That time, as a matter of fact, Tenzan, one of the greatest moonsaults in New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Pick him up. You got to get him up. Get that leverage. Hook that back and step under him. Step right into him, Macho Man.
Uh-oh. Can he get him? Couldn't get him.
No.
See, he's got that bad arm.
Yeah.
He doesn't have 100% strength.
It's a great point, Brain.
Of course.
That's so strong.
But he is going up top. The Macho Man. The fans are standing. The world champion connects.
Nelly.
One, two, three, got him.
Unbelievable, this man, Randy Savage.
The Macho Man, the world champion, has knotted it up. And fans, we're going to go to sudden death, tied at 3-3 with Sting and Sasaki. The Macho Man.
Well, it's tied up. Savage coming off that top rope. Patented elbow from the Macho Man. Bad arm and all. Busted up. Here he is, the heavyweight champion of the world, WCW. Randy Macho Man Savage evens up the game at 3-3. New Japan, WCW. It's all tied up.
And it all now rests firmly on the shoulders of the former United States heavyweight champion Sting. The man I've talked so much about. Is he going to turn his back on his fans? Is he going to turn his back on his fans? Is he going to change his ways?
Yeah, well, you know what? Yeah, don't bother him. He's distraught because he never thought this thing would go to 3-3, and he's a little distraught. And as you said, the Sting, whoa, somebody get a rope. What is he doing?
Wait a minute here.
Bottom line, let me tell you something. Sting now holds the key to this situation with the World Cup.
Let's go to Mean Gene Okerlund. But somebody, Annette, would you help him out? Gene, I think we need to take it away.
All right, Tony, I've got to say he deserves everything he is getting. I'm talking, of course, about the Brain. There is a gigantic meltdown taking place as we conclude calendar 1995 within the ranks of professional wrestling. Not necessarily here at World Championship Wrestling, but elsewhere in the wrestling world. All of that news will be chronicled tonight on the hotline by my good friend Mark Madden, and tomorrow night by Michael Today out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Call the hotline right now, 1-900-909-9900. That's 1-900-909-9900. Call right now. The score is 3-all. This international competition for the World Cup of Wrestling is everything we have anticipated. The Nature Boy Ric Flair has slyly been sitting back and watching all of this. Ric Flair, come on in. Happy New Year to you as 11-time former WCW World Heavyweight Champ. This crowd out there in Nashville in the arena is hanging from the rafters in anticipation of the final match of the international competition, then on to the triangle match.
Great conception. Japan versus the USA. A first in WCW brought it to this world of professional wrestling. But tonight, let's face it, we're talking about the most coveted trophy in all sports, the one and only World Heavyweight Championship belt. And tonight, as the Nature Boy styles, woo, and profiles, Sting, you and Luger have to remember to be the man. Think about it like this. You've got to beat the man. You both will have wrestled. The Nature Boy will be fresh. He'll be invigorated, and he will know beyond a shadow of a doubt that right here in Nashville, woo, with the bright lights, Dolly Parton to my left, some lovely lady to my right, I will win the World's Heavyweight Championship styling, woo, and profiling.
Thank you, Nature Boy Ric Flair. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, still to come, the triangle match, the Nature Boy, Sting, and Lex Luger, the winner of that one, will be taking on the Macho Man Randy Savage for the WCW World Heavyweight title. 3-3 as we go to the ring.
All right, Mean Gene and the Nature Boy Ric Flair, as always, ready and prepared for Starrcade. But it comes down to this for the World Cup of Wrestling. Tied, as Gene said, at 3-3. The winner of this match will bring the World Cup of Wrestling home. And, of course, there is a lot of bad blood, so to speak, between the man you see right there, the U.S. Heavyweight Champion, Kensuke Sasaki, and Sting. And it all stems back from when Sasaki defeated Sting for the U.S. title. There it is, the World Cup of Wrestling.
Well, there's so much emotion involved in this match, Tony. What you stated about the U.S. title, of course it's not up for grabs. The pride in the World's Cup is up for grabs. World's title later on for Sting. What rides on his shoulders? What is he thinking about, Brain? Where is his head at now as he approaches this situation with the man that took the United States heavyweight title from him? And right here, Starrcade, brother, we getting ready to unfold and get right with it right here.
Well,
it's going to explode.
Sting will be up for this one. He's on American soil.
Here he comes! One of the most charismatic, most popular athletes, and bringing in Old Glory as well.
All right, yes! Yes, sir, brother. Good morning, America. How are you? Don't you know me? I'm your native son.
Wow, what emotion Sting brings with him with that flag and the fans standing here.
Yeah, Bobby. What's Bobby doing?
Oh, we need some apple pie and a used car, and we're in business.
Yeah, why not? They love Sting. The former world champ, the former U.S. champ.
That's why he brought the flag with him. He knew he'd get all these hillbillies up off their chairs.
Well, who you calling hillbilly?
Calling these people hillbillies.
Which people?
The Nationalites.
Well, you ignoramus.
My name ain't Amos. Who are you talking to?
All right, here we go.
That's why he brought the flag, to get the people out of their chairs, to get the momentum, so he has something behind him.
The great people of Nashville are getting ready to see a war, brother.
And the match is underway. And Sasaki, seeing that Sting had the momentum, trying to take it immediately away from him, and he has.
Yeah, seize the moment, wasted no time. Once you get a crowd behind you, that 12th man, if you will, in football, or the thing that drove me as a champion was the crowd, and the same thing drives Sting, and you got to take him out, Tony, as you said. You take them out of the picture, then it's a thing momentum-wise in your favor.
Now, Dusty, I've never been one that really relied on the people a lot to help me in a match.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
we know.
when you were in a match, the people were Dusty, Dusty, Dusty. What did that do for you? Did you hear them? Did you know they were there, or did you just
what
go
did
on?
I just say,
Did he-
Tony?
did he just say
What
that?
I just say?
Well, I want to know what degree.
Yeah.
Can't I ask him anything?
Go back
Why
to
don't
your rickshaw.
Why don't you listen to him?
There you go.
Because I can't understand him.
He's got him hooked in, Tony, right here. And when he seized the moment and tried to turn this momentum thing in his favor, both of them know the importance of this thing. They are both great athletes, and they represent two great countries. But I'm going to tell you what, this will be an all-out war.
And I can't wait till Sonny Ono pulls off that next big deal.
Stinger splash already.
Hook him up, Sting. Put him away, brother. He knows when to put you away.
He sure does. Sting, tried to go for it twice, and he's going to pay for it because he was driven to the mat by Sasaki.
3-3, tie game.
The winner brings the World Cup of Wrestling home, and for Sting, it's retribution time. So much going on in Sting's mind. Who's his friend? Who's his foe? Wants to get the U.S. title back. Thinking about the world title in the triangle match. Wants to bring the cup home. Oh, talking about vertical leaps. Look how high in the air he got that time. Sasaki on the outside.
There you go. He needs to go out and get him and bring him in. He needs
Can't beat him out there.
He needs to get him right.
Take your time, Sasaki. Take that count as much as you want. And get back in when the time is right. Make Sting wrestle your match. I mean, imagine that's what he's thinking.
How would you know what he's thinking?
I'm just imagining.
He's imagining.
Guessing.
He always imagines.
No, I'm a broadcast journalist. I'm making objective viewpoint here.
You're what? You are what?
A broadcast journalist.
I will take my hat off to you.
Okay.
You certainly are.
Here's a pickup. Over the top goes Sasaki.
Got him.
Sasaki is a power man. And whoa, he walked right into a power slam, did Sting. And Sting is in trouble.
Look at how Sonny Ono walking around carrying that United States title. He's very proud.
Boy, he just He just got him on the jam right there.
Yes,
when
sir.
he took a situation there where Sting had come on Tony with some power, moved on him real quick, used the drop kicks, used his momentum. I'm gonna tell you something else about Sasaki. He has no fear. You know what I mean? He's not, starstruck. You know the word starstruck? When you're around great stars, like when he was around me and you, he's starstruck. Well, Sasaki's not starstruck by Sting. And this plays in his favor and Japan's favor.
The chant of USA from this capacity crowd, jam-packed to the rafters. We're in downtown Nashville, and they're behind the Stinger. He can bring it all home with a 1, 2, 3, or a Stinger submission hold from a Scorpion Deathlock, or a countout.
Well, he's got him tied up.
Or a disqualification.
Well, the cup is there ready for the picking, and this is the final of the best of 7, my friend.
That cup is about ready to run over. With
what?
Saki.
With what?
Saki. What celebration there will be in Tokyo, in Nashville, all over the world if they pull this off.
What about the celebration that'll be all over the world for WCW? In all of our great cities like Atlanta, like Los Angeles, where we were out there this past year in Huntington Beach,
How about
California.
Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas?
Absolutely.
Are they gearing up or not?
St. Petersburg.
Where we're going for the Clash.
Wow.
WCW is all over the world. Oh, and an arm drag takeover.
That not only takes you over, but it almost brings your arm out of socket. That is a patented move.
I sure hope Sonny Ono pulls off this deal he's working on.
And what is that deal? That's the second time you said it. Go ahead, what is it?
Okay, I'm going to tell you, but don't tell him.
All right.
He's going to buy the Dallas Cowboys and move them to Yokohama.
Yeah, he's got him hooked right now. I didn't even listen to that. I will not even contradict that.
One, he could have him in a Scorpion Deathlock if he turns it over.
Trying to get
He's
him
trying
over.
to.
He's got him.
Set down on it.
He's got him in a Scorpion Deathlock.
He's beating the man in his own hole.
He sure is.
How insulting is that?
I don't think I've ever seen Sting in a Scorpion Deathlock.
If anybody knows how to get out of a hole, out of his own hole, it's a man Sting. It's just like Flair's figure 4. You get him in it. He invented it. He knows how to get out of it. Got to push up now, Sting. Reach down. Reach down.
Sit down, Sasaki. Sit on that lower back.
Reach down, Sting.
Sit on that lower back.
Reach down, Sting.
Come on, keep
He's
him
up.
down.
Yes, yes.
Well, if the cheerleaders are finished, Sting is getting back to his feet now. Oh, and he caught it. A leg drag takedown.
Leg drag takedown.
That's what it was.
A leg drag takedown.
Well, one thing we have a good
Oh,
time.
God.
Sting kicks him in the noggin on that one.
We knew it was going to be a war.
Two men very familiar with each other.
I mean, 3-3. We tied right here. World Cup at stake.
Sasaki, look at the power he has.
Yeah.
Picking up Sting with ease. As he perched up on top, what's he going to do now?
Well, he's going to try to bring him off here in a little stampede-ish.
He lost him.
Yep, he sure did.
Hello.
Sting clotheslined him down. Kick him to the chest.
Yes, sir.
Look at Sting come alive here. Scorpion Deathlock.
He's got it on. The Stinger Master.
Don't let him turn you. Don't let him turn you.
Hook it in.
If he can get him over, he can get me over.
He's going to turn him.
Yes.
Yes, hell yes. Yes, yes.
Sonny Ono trying to grab for Sasaki.
The cup's at stake right here.
Out of that. Sasaki trying to get out of it.
3-3. Get to the ropes.
Sting pulls him to the middle.
Yes.
And sits down.
He's got him. He's got him.
He's got him.
He's going to give it up. He can't get out of it.
He's got him in the Scorpion right in the middle of the ring.
And look at the faces of the fans out there. They are glued watching Sting.
It's over. It's over.
Wow.
Where the big boys play, my friend. The best in the world right here. There comes the Macho Man. Yeah, here they come. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. The #1 wrestling organization in the world once again.
All right.
That was wild.
Yes, yes.
Well, Savage may be raising his hand right now, and he may be proud of America, but he may have to meet this man in a very short period of time. Luger's making his way out.
The strongest statement ever made in the sport of professional wrestling. The WCW, where the big boys play, stand on the mountain alone in sports entertainment.
The chant of USA, Chris Benoit is out. Here it is again.
Sasaki lost him here. Sting managed to Sting comes off that rope, gives him the boot, hits the ropes again, hits that momentum, picks him up by his hair, drives his head right into that mat. He knows he's got him, slaps on that Scorpion Deathlock. Sayonara.
And World Championship Wrestling wins the World Cup of Wrestling. Sting defeats Sasaki with the Scorpion Deathlock, bringing in Old Glory. The entire members of the WCW contingent are in the ring, and right now, let's go to Mean Gene Okerlund in with the celebration.
All right, gentlemen, I thank you very much. This has got to be truly one of the most historic evenings I can recall in the ranks of professional wrestling. Here in Nashville, Tennessee, tonight, in front of this capacity crowd, the chant of USA, USA, and WCW as WCW wins 4-3 the World Cup of Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for these men. Sting, Chris Benoit, the Total Package, Lex Luger, Alex Wright, Johnny B. Bad, and Eddie Guerrero. Gentlemen, I want you to take this cup, and tonight, somewhere in this great city, we can sip champagne and be proud of World Championship Wrestling and this great sport. Fill her up, gentlemen. Fill her up. Sting, I've got to tell you, this crowd electrified, and you certainly excited them in this final match of the international competition. You've still got some work to do.
I sure do, but I just got one thing to say. USA!
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say I hope this becomes a tradition at Starrcade, because certainly this is one of the most prestigious international events, like the Ryder Cup in golf, like the Stanley Cup in hockey, like the World Series itself. Truly,
like the World Series itself. The Stanley Cup, man, that is...
Dusty Rose, you can really appreciate this. Gentlemen, let's get back to you.
It just looks like a regular-ass trophy, not to be rude.
And this will go down as one of the greatest moments in Starrcade history.
Yeah, it was a tremendous thrill to set in and be able to call this situation that we've seen history in the making tonight. I'll tell you something, Brain, like it or not, what happened here was something, well, set the tone for WCW in Japan, as you said, for the rest of a lifetime.
The strut.
Thank you, Bob.
Do I have to give the Lexus back?
That's okay.
Yes,
you do.
Yes, you
and
do.
the rickshaw.
As a matter of fact, coming up next, they will battle in the triangle match to see who will face the Macho Man Randy Savage. Three-man Sting, Lex Luger, and Ric Flair. Take a look.
Three men, one title. Three of the top superstars in the history of WCW will vie for the chance at facing WCW World Champion Macho Man Randy Savage. The Macho Man won the title in World War III when he was the last man left in the ring. Or was he? The replay footage error could not show the final verdict. However, Savage is the champion. The contenders? Lex Luger. He returned to WCW in September and made his intentions clear.
I'm here for one reason, and one reason only, to take that belt.
Luger claims he is the uncrowned world champion with previous victories over Savage, as well as many bizarre incidents with his manager Jimmy Hart. The other, Sting, who has kept his friendship with Luger intact throughout Luger's bizarre actions over the past few months in WCW. However, many have been wondering about Sting. As one of WCW's most popular athletes, he has been involved in many bizarre incidents as well, causing many, including Hulk Hogan, to question his allegiance.
I just want to know, what's the deal with Luger, and do you know what side you're on?
However, none can question Sting's purpose. He wants to regain a title he has held in the past, regardless of friendships. Finally, there is the nature boy Ric Flair, a man with a definite advantage. Luger and Sting will wrestle earlier in the night during the World Cup of Wrestling competition. Flair merely has to wait until the end of the night. He will be fresh. He will be ready. A coin toss will decide which two men will begin the triangle match. A man can tag out at any time. However, the man who scores the pinfall will go on to meet Savage. Will Luger turn on Sting, just as he has everyone else in WCW? Will Sting's hatred of Flair consume him and cause him to be eliminated? Or will Flair's experience and readiness pay off? The fate of WCW's Elite hangs in the balance, and an anxious world champion awaits the conclusion of one of the most anticipated matches in WCW history.
It certainly is. Three men, very unique rules, much like a triangle match we had back in July at Slim Jim's Bash at the Beach in Huntington Beach, California. Over 100,000 fans were on hand. Luger, Sting, and Flair will be in competition at the same time. It'll only be two men in the ring. One man on the outside. They can tag in and out. The man who scores the pinfall, the man who wins, will be the man who faced the Macho Man Randy Savage.
And I tell you something else. We will find out now the moment of truth with the man Lex Luger and Sting, that situation, and how this will unfold in this triangle match. Oh, what a night Starcade has been.
As he said earlier, Lex Luger out here without Jimmy Hart by himself.
Well, that's what he wanted.
You know it's going to come down sooner or later, Brain, in this match, as Luger will go in there against Sting. But the man who has the advantage, no question, undeniably, is the man making his way to the ring right now, because he's the only man in this competition who has not wrestled yet.
Yeah, you give him the opportunity to think about it long enough. He finds a way to win.
The Nature Boy, Ric Flair. So
11 times, Tony.
well, he did it in 1983 when he defeated Harley Race. He did it in 1984 when Joe Frazier stopped the match against Dusty Rhodes because of an opening Dusty had over his eye that bled profusely. He did it in 1985 when everyone thought Dusty had won the title, and then a day later, that was reversed on us.
The bottom line, too, in this situation here, sitting here, I still got that butterflies in my stomach because I've been in there.
Welcome
with all
back,
three of these men.
Mason.
I understand the situation of what they're doing and what they're going through.
You ever been in a triangle match?
Yes, yes. Me and Tony were in one.
Yeah, I knew that was going to come out sooner or later.
I don't want to go into this.
Sting! Blackout now, man! You know, you may say he's at a disadvantage because of the match he just had against the champion, but I think he's got a lot of momentum.
I don't know. I sure wouldn't want to come off after wrestling Suzuki, get in the ring and have to fight Luger and Flair.
Why not?
And then go into the ring and have to go against Savage. That's a full plate.
Here we go.
Now they're pushing around Ric Flair already.
Yeah.
Now there's going to be a coin toss. Each man will have a coin. Odd man out.
And remember this. Flair is a member of the Horsemen.
Yes.
When you see one Horseman, you usually see the other three.
That's a great point.
I got another point I want to bring up.
What is it?
The point is, if I'm in the ring, okay?
Yes.
I'm not going to tag out.
Yeah.
Let him stay on the outside, because if I'm on the outside, I can't win.
If you're where?
On the outside.
Yeah, that's true, but bottom line is you can't lose either. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
but you ain't going to be in the ring anyway.
That's right.
Yeah, because you're a broadcast journalist.
That's right. Here
The
comes
best. You're the best at what you do.
You two ever ride in a train together?
No, but we've been in a pickup truck many times.
Pickup truck. You're kidding me.
Listen to Chambers. Okay. Here comes the coin toss.
Harley Daniels.
Oh, he's the polka. He's the polka king. He's got the accordion.
Yeah,
Yes,
no,
he
you're
is.
thinking about Jack Daniels, your good friend.
Yes, it is. You don't know Jack either, do you?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Luger on the outside.
Yeah, I like this. I like this. What an atmosphere we have at Starcade.
The winner will turn right around and immediately face the Macho Man Randy Savage for the World Heavyweight
It
title.
is electric in this building. Hey, let me tell you about the ironic thing you're looking at here, Tony.
All right, what's up?
You are looking at WCW's Foundation franchise right here. You are looking at these three men here that, and I have to say this along with myself, in an era that brought this thing to the table. And right here we got them where the big boys play.
You know,
I wrestled them all. Could be a full weight.
I talked about the history of Starcade as it relates to Ric Flair, and we talked about 85. They stopped the match against Dusty Rhodes. It was the first ever purse of $1 million for a wrestling match.
And I had it spent.
I bet you did. There's a chop. And it was Starcade that brought you that first ever match.
Here you go.
Gorilla press slam. And the big clothesline. Sting with a cover. 1, 2. If Sting makes the cover in the pin, he goes on the world title match against the Macho Man. He's going for the Scorpion Deadlock right now.
Well, he knows he's fresh on it. He just come off a Scorpion Deadlock. And I guarantee you, in usual situations, Brain, what you said a while ago was true. How does it feel to go right back in there? But sometimes you're warmed up, sometimes you're hot. And I know yourself, you were manager of the year on numerous occasions. I got to give credit where credit's due. But bottom line, Weasel, let me tell you what. How many times you had your men ready to go back in there, and they were better when they went back in the second time?
Well, when you're hot, and you're right about that. But going back to this match is one thing, but coming out of this and then wrestling for the championship of the world again, how can a man do that?
Well, if you're going to go to work, you got to stay all the way till you punch your time clock out, my friend.
Well, see, you're talking about blue-collar stuff, punching the time card.
Right.
Had you got a proper education, you'd own the company.
From where?
Never mind. Neutral position, Flair into reversal, into a hammerlock. And Sting trying to pull his way out of this.
Trying to reach back now. Got him really hooked up right there.
I don't think we'll ever forget Halloween Havoc when Flair turned his back on Sting.
Yeah.
And Sting, the man he is, the heart determination he has, stayed in there against two men.
Well, I'm looking to see right here. I cannot. Luger has stood there and watched this thing unfold. And sooner or later, Sting and Luger got to face off. It has to be.
You know, interesting thing, we talked about a coin toss. I don't know if they had a coin toss previously and decided, or Luger just said, I'll step on the outside, but I didn't see a coin toss. Maybe Luger said, I'll go on the outside, and maybe it was a good strategy by Lex Luger to stay and let these two men wear each other down.
I think they had it in the back with the WCW's parties to be the head brass back there. I wouldn't let Luger stand on the apron if I was Flair. I'd want to be on the apron.
Yeah, I'm sure that silver-tongued Nick Lambros was back there with a coin in his pocket, hard from Eric Bischoff to flip that thing.
Yeah, Nick is here, and Eric is here as well. Well,
just like in football, Tony, they flip before. It's just ceremony.
All right.
Come out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand that.
Well, why do you even bring that up?
Can you hear me?
Pulling down, used to be like that, Drew.
Oh, it did?
Right hand, right to the side of the head. Inner chop. Whoa. And this is where the Nature Boy is at his best, in the corner. Sting has felt those. Oh, boy.
Wonder if I got muted.
That was a blatant knuckle to the jaw.
Another.
Wonder if I got muted. Oh no, I did not.
You know what I mean? Say, well, he ain't tagged out, and he's in there. Nature Boy can stay in there and get a freshman in and still maintain his game plan. That's how good
GG.
he has been in the past. If he still has that same ability at this age, Tony, only time will tell right now as he goes for his 12th world title.
And he hasn't had to wrestle.
I think I'm gonna make the word bubbles the next thing. Cause this one is kind of finished. I feel like I still need to do some stuff because it's still kind of airy. But we can figure something out. I'm getting kind of tired. I might stream tomorrow, I might not. For some reason I close tomorrow. And then I gotta work at like super early the next day, so gotta be kind of planning that. So we're able to get another panel done. And we'll get a head start on the next stuff. We'll get like these done.
And if he does, it'll be just two men left. Head first.
Yeah, momentum. It went back and forth here. Nature Boy now takes a walk. Didn't make the tag. Took a walk outside.
Here's my important.
And Luger hasn't been in the ring yet.
Not at all. Sting and Flair going at it. Watch out. Safety rail. Flair goes down.
Yeah, he got him with both arms there and a big old chest. And put him down on his feet. Whoa, there's the shot. There's the shot.
Nose to nose with the Stinger. Look at this. There's the Russian adrenaline. When he gets it, nothing can hurt him. We've seen it so many times.
Did you say Russian adrenaline?
Rush of adrenaline.
On your day off, you work for Rand McNally.
No.
Triple A.
No. Back in the corner they go. Sting's gonna beat him out again. So much power, but Flair sidestepped him that time. Ric Flair sidesteps Sting.
And I guarantee you right now, Lex Luger is really now concentrating on his game plan even more so. Being able to watch this thing. Did he tag him?
Did not tag him, but he dropped the knee on him, did Flair. Flair taunting Luger now.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I tell you what, the Nature Boy's on top of his game tonight. The importance of this thing at this time in your career it's a big deal, my friends. I guarantee you, brother. The most prestigious title in all of sports, a Macho Man Randy Savage waiting in the ring.
But is Sting playing possum, or is he hurt? Because Flair's been styling and profiling a lot, and Sting's made no effort to get up.
Well, Sting
is he taking the count? Is he getting his win back?
No, he's trying maybe getting his win back, but he is hurt and has had that win knocked out of him. There ain't no such thing as playing possum. How would you play a possum? If I got after you a gun, you run up a tree and say, I'm a possum, I'm a possum. How you gonna play possum? What in the world is playing
You've
possum?
never heard of anybody playing possum?
No.
Okay.
Don't you know how to play possum?
Back to the match here.
Here we go.
Flair.
Tony, get him out of here right
Flair stalking Sting, just walking around Sting. These two men have met before at a Starrcade event, 1990, St. Louis, Kiel Auditorium. Flair under the guise of the Black Scorpion against Sting. We'll never forget that one. Sting was victorious.
Tony, I got to say again, Ric Flair, you're playing into his hands. This guy's a stayer. He's a 60-minute guy. He's there over the top. Did the ref see it?
And he hit those steel steps, and that could have injured him. Could have taken out a knee.
That's how good Flair is. He suckered Luger in. The referee went for Luger. He took advantage of Sting, threw him over that top rope, and now he's got him where he wants him. And Luger's still having trouble with the ref. And Flair has carte blanche now with Sting.
You're right. And Sting, Flair just measuring for those punches.
You know what, guys? There's such a thing as being too cold when you come in the game. You know what I mean? You like to be warm. And I think the situation now has went so long that Lex Luger's in a state of he's been over there too long. He's not actually made the first hit yet. Until you make the first hit, the ball game ain't on for you. These two guys have one after.
Ooh, Flair driving a knee down.
So you're saying the longer Luger stays on the apron, the colder he's
getting?
Yes.
And
yeah,
only a 2. 1, 2, and shoulder up again. 1, 2. Flair so close.
You we're seeing here right now, Tony, Flair's held the belt 11 times. How many times has Sting had it?
5.
5, that's 16. How many times has Luger had it?
Once.
17 times. Those three men have held the world's title 17 times. You're not going to see that anyplace else.
No, that's just what we talked about, Brain. They all in the same ring. We're looking at them right here. This is the cream of the crop, my friend, except for the man sitting at home. I'm talking about the Hulkamania, Hulk Hogan himself, watching this situation in suspension, soon to be lifted.
And there, Flair, a little push of the referee. That's exactly what cost Hulk Hogan. Hitting the referee and hitting the security personnel with a chair.
You don't think Macho Man Randy Savage is ready for this thing, Tony?
Oh, you know he's sitting back there watching this one.
My man.
He's not sitting, I'll guarantee.
Yeah, you're right,
He's
Brent.
walking.
A little taunt. Sting is back up, and boy, is he back in it. Sting pounding on Flair. Double pickup this time. Flair is stuck on the top. Oh, he was stuck.
I'll tell you what, Luger ought to charge us for a seat.
In the ropes. Pick up. Sting again. No Lex Luger still. All Sting and Flair. And Luger's loving this.
Yeah. Well, he's got the best seat in the house.
Up on the top. Could be big time superplex coming here.
Push him back, Rick. Push him back. Or take him over.
Hook him up,
There
Sting.
we go. Wow.
Cover him up now, baby. Cover him up.
That took a little out of Stinger.
Stinger hit hard, you're right. Back of the head. Rolls over, pushes himself over for the 1. Oh! How about that?
Yeah. Don't come to my aid.
Now
Don't
you
come
see-
and save me.
No, it's no save at all. If
Yeah.
Sting makes the pin, Sting advances, Luger does not. It was a good move on Luger's part. It really was.
It worked for Luger.
That's a good point, Tony. That's a great point right there. But you see the animosity. Got a tag right here.
Luger tags Sting. Here's Luger. That'll bring it in. Oh, he is so powerful, so intimidating.
But don't waste your time. You got the Nature Boy where you want him, or he wants you to think you got him.
Yeah, Flair knows what he's doing.
He's taking a walk.
Flair wants him on the floor, I do believe. Not like that, though. Luger's going to bring him back in.
Well, that's the only way you can pin him is get him back in there. You're talking about an electrifying eruption going on right here in this building.
Luger wants Flair to get up and fight like a man. Flair back to the corner.
You can flex all you want. You gotta be able to get a hold of Ric Flair and do some damage. Like right now.
Back to the corner.
Well, I'll tell you what, Flair didn't know what to do with that situation right there. Tony, I tell you what now, I say it again, Ric Flair's in his element. The longer this thing goes, it favors him. These two guys, Tony, are high-impact guys. And the Nature Boy Ric Flair is a long-time get down and go for it.
Flair down, Luger on the attack. Luger with his first real offense here. Here it comes. Boy, Flair's been up there all day.
They tired of that.
Yeah, they've gorilla slammed him all night.
Yeah, now it's a gorilla slam. They ain't Germany or Russia.
Yeah.
It's now gorilla slam.
We're gonna start naming animals now.
Yeah. Well, that snake in the grass ain't out there for one thing. Jimmy Hart.
It's still early.
Is the weasel an animal?
Yes, it is. Side of the head. Pounding away. Luger, Flair is dazed. Flair goes down.
Wow. Yes.
Luger
Well, he's
sees the moment.
trying to put him away.
1, 2. Flair with a handful of hair. A couple of them that time. Got out of it. Flair, to the, look at that. Flair lured him into that one, Dream.
Yeah, he did. He got him real good. See, and it goes back to the thing that experience brings you, and being a great champion and being able to know what the moment brings and what the moment is all about. And this is a big moment in WCW wrestling.
Now you know what he's doing. He's going after that leg.
Yeah.
It won't be long now, and we're going to see that figure 4 slapped on. He can't pick you up in that total package with one leg.
Ric Flair keeping the big man off his feet.
But don't let him get up. You shouldn't let him get up, or he'll knock him down again.
Now this is where Sting's at a disadvantage, because you know, at least I would think here, Dream and Brain, Flair, seeing that he has Luger very vulnerable, has the leg injured, would go for the figure 4, not make the tag, and Sting's at the mercy of Flair right now.
Yeah, but Sting, if he was in that situation, he would put on a scorpion. But you're right, he can't do nothing about this.
He's got to stay on the outside and watch it. Watch his friend. And I don't know why. I know how friendships go. You have close friends, they stay with you.
That got Hogan suspended, Rick.
That's right. But remember, it was a tear on a referee. Not on a knee, and there's no referee that time. Nick Patrick and Sting were jawing in the corner.
He didn't have a real good time to pull back and get a good waffle at him because the referee was about to turn around. But he hit him good in that kneecap.
Yeah, when it's close enough. It was a close enough. Yep.
Flair can get himself counted out right here.
And suspended.
That's right. All right, the Nature Boy back in. The mentor, the leader of the new Four Horsemen. And certainly
Raw Dog, hands down.
Flying Brian and what he did to Mr.
Hands down. Raw metal is no good. It lasts in your body.
Setting him up, getting him ready for the figure 4.
Slap it on him. Don't waste any time.
He's in a lot of pain, Tony.
Here you go. Time we go to school now.
Oh, man.
This is it. If he gets the Scorpio, or if he gets the figure 4 on, you may see Sting come in.
And he really, and I said that from the get-go. He is totally dominating these things, this match, mentally with these two guys.
He must have lost his balance.
Yeah, I think he really did.
Could happen.
Yeah.
It's way down on Commerce Street here somewhere.
Wow, that was way down, further down on
Whoa,
Commerce.
whoa, the figure 4 is on. The fans erupt. And Luger is a long way from getting the rope, but Flair's not.
A little leverage right there. The Nature Boy can reach back and grab him. He's close enough.
1, 2.
Oh.
Ric Flair using the ropes again. The referee doing his job. Looking at the shoulders. 1. Whoa.
Don't wake him up, Rick. You don't want to do that.
Flair. Ooh, Luger powering up. Lex Luger turning it over.
Trying to turn it over. He turned over. But he's too close to the rope. Flair will grab the rope.
That's what he needs to do. He rolled out of it.
See what go of it.
Well, the one thing about a reversal of figure 4, it's very painful, but it's easy to get out of because of the legs, the way they're draped from behind.
Yeah, but it's painful on the guy reversing that thing in some cases. Very much so. Trying to get him in right here. Can he stand him? Got him hooked up right there. Got to roll him over. Put him away.
Flair is down on the vertical suplex. 1, 2. This one is not over. Oh, this is the competition that makes WCW #1. You saw our contingent walk away with the World Cup of Wrestling.
What a way to end the year. Starcade, what a way to start it at Nitro.
Yeah, and one thing about this, the Nature Boy Ric Flair has yet to have a breather. But as we said, he had plenty of time to take a breather back there when when the World Cup was going on.
I want to see what happens if Luger and
All
Sting
right.
lock up.
Will it happen, though? That's the question. For that to happen, Flair would have to tag out. And I thought he wouldn't, but I don't know. Luger's starting to mount a comeback here.
Well, you can't win this match by tagging out.
Yeah, I think on that note,
Stay in there.
I'm gonna be calling her quits. I might do some stuff off stream, just so I can like keep her going and whatnot. But we're making decent progress on this page. We started it like a couple days ago, so we're already 3 panels into it. We got the spooky one done, and we're already starting on the next one. So yeah, it won't be too bad. These ones will be fun to draw. And then there's that one, which I might do, which I still have to do kind of a rain effect on it, but maybe it won't be too crazy, but who knows, honestly. Who knows? But yeah.
Major confrontation transpiring right here at Starcade 95. They're getting ready to hook it on right now, baby. Yes, sir.
They both respect each other. They both have Ember.
Oh, yeah, watch this. Yeah, let's do it.
You're going to get ready to throw respect out the window here in just a second.
It's gone. Yeah, it just left town.
Nah, Sting's a softie.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
You're talking about one of the greatest wrestlers in the world.
Yeah, but he's got a heart.
Well, everyone does.
Yes.
Have that brain examined. Oh, by the way, there was a little Japanese girl up here looking for a title to a 95 Lexus.
Yes.
Did you give it to her?
All right. Well, GG. Thank you again for watching. Hope you all have a wonderful evening. Thank you again, Mason, for chilling and talking and all that wonderful stuff. And I hope you have a nice rest of your day. If I don't see you tomorrow, have a nice day tomorrow. And if I most likely will be back on Thursday, because that's when I get off. But again, I might do a little stream tomorrow, just kind of keep my progress going. Gotta keep the panels kind of getting made, you know, and all that fun crap in between. So GG, everyone. GG.
I guarantee you that much. You know, I'll tell you now, this is not boding well for Sting. I mean, he pulled away from Luger.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to go. I mean, you got to go for it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But Flair.